I hope the best and most competent engineers get put in charge of deciding what architectures are going to fly in terms of who gets funding and who doesn't. We should never again fund a project that proposes to use a fundamentally unscalable blockchain architecture, such as an off-return system, like run on Bitcoin that requires chain scanning. We should never teach people to use chain scanning, and we should never support companies that use it, because these architectures are fundamentally unscalable. And the use of a peer-to-peer UTXO-based model for Bitcoin is the only model that is compatible with the scalability vision for Bitcoin as envisioned by Satoshi Nakamoto. My closing thought is this, and I've said this before. If the cost to run your architecture depends on the total number of Bitcoin transactions ever, rather than depending on the total number of Bitcoin transactions related to your use case, then your architecture is bound to fail and will not scale. So with this in mind, let's support architectures that will scale, and let's pay attention to the people in this industry who are building those architectures, and let's stop paying as much attention to these fundamentally unscalable solutions that do not solve problems, because they will not work, and they have never worked, and they will not lead us anywhere. And the more time that people spend on funding and building out these unscalable architectures, the worse everybody's going to be. Because the more technical debt and the more systems get created on top, and the larger the network effects, and we have to unwind all of this because somebody decided they didn't want to spend the time necessary to pick the right projects to fund and to be in charge and to be leaders. And that's really what it comes down to. The people at the top of these organizations need to be leaders, and they need to make the right decisions, and they need to be confident in their ability to make the right decisions.